Don't give up on your dreams to become a professional bass fisherman because of all these videos out there you've seen lately about how it's hard to make money, it's a losing effort, you're going to lose money, you're going to rack up credit card debt, no one wants to sponsor you, blah, blah, blah. Now, these things do hold a little bit of validity, but don't buy too much into what you're seeing other people do, because realistically, there are guys that make great livings at bass fishing. You just need to know how to work the angles that are provided for you. So the first thing would be your social media. That's a huge revenue stream in bass fishing. And if you can't sell or you can't make good social media videos, then there isn't really a future for you in bass fishing. The next revenue stream would be the tournaments. Now, the tournament promotions are probably one of the most dangerous, largest gambles, because you do pay a bunch of money and you do gamble that money. Now, realistically, you would think you could make all of your money from the tournaments. And there are like two guys in the history of the sport that have done that. Steve Kennedy and Andy Morgan. They both have done that for a long time. They didn't have any sponsors and they just won a bunch of money. Now, realistically, that's not possible for anyone other than those two guys, or at least those are the only two guys that have ever done that. You need to have the sponsors, and that goes back to selling. You need to be able to sell product. That's what people that are going to give you money, companies that are going to fund this fishing endeavor, you have to help their bottom line at the end of the day. So if you're a teenage kid, you're in high school, you're in college, you're coming up through the ranks of fishing, you need to know how to sell. Learn how to sell. Once you can do that, then you can have a career in fishing. But without that skill, the professional selling, you will not be able to be a pro fisherman. Know how to make videos, know how to tell the story to keep people interested in you. And that's a really hard thing to do. Now, keeping a tournament-ready boat in a truck is not also an easy thing to do. So for me, I tournament bass fish. I fish the BFLs every few years. I fish the Toyota Series. I've jumped in those for 2021, 2022. I've been able to keep that afloat and do that. And what you need to know is you got to stay on the water. You got to have a job that allows that. And you need to have a lot of money to throw at this. That is a thing that a lot of people don't want you to know. When they broke into the sport, they either had parents with unlimited funding or they had hundreds of thousands of dollars of their own money after they already had a tournament-ready boat and a truck that could tow that boat across the country. They had the capital to pump into this business, because this is a very hard business to get into if you don't have a lot of money. Tournament entry fees, gas, lodging, all that stuff adds up, and it can be very, very expensive. You look at that number and you go, oh, yeah, there's no possible way I could do this. But there is. You just have to be smart. You have to realize that there's a bunch of revenue streams and you have to take advantage of all of them. You see some of these guys that have recently retired in the primes of their career. Well, they either weren't doing the social media correctly or they hadn't aligned themselves with the correct sponsors. Those things are so important in this game. So if you think you can do it without every revenue stream bringing in money, you most likely can't. So guys out there, don't give up on your dreams. Pro bass fishing or just fishing for a living is a possibility. You just have to do it the right way.